Say no and save yourself. Welcome to this episode of the Being Connected podcast, the place you go where you want to explore the journey of being human, being in the world, and also your spiritual being. I am your host, Annamiah, and in today's episode, I share why saying no will save you. The importance of saying no is establishing some boundaries around yourself, around your goals, around the purpose that you feel that you are called to do and you are called to go and do more of. When we keep letting our external world dictate or demand or expect. When the external world is expecting a special kind of behavior, maybe also they have a expectation of what you are supposed to be doing in your life, with your life, what you should choose. And you know what? The only person who is responsible for your own choices is you. So if you are not right now in a good place where to say no, this is the episode for you. Also, if you are still on the path of saying no more, this is also the episode for you, because you will always want to practice this as much as you can. A thing you can know is when you have quote unquote cleaned up your life, your environment, your relationships, you will find yourself in a life where expectations or dictations is gone. The path of saying no more will lead you to a life with more peace and quiet, where it's okay for you to say no, and you will still be loved, you will still be respected, and you will still be able to surround yourself with people who are more spacious towards you. So the importance of establishing your boundaries is very much important. And how do we start to do that? Number one, what is it you want in your life? If you want the drama, if you want the expectations, if you are trying to do everything in this small amount of time, no, say no. You can't do everything in your life. Slut. Basta. Così. I can tell you what will benefit you. I know that saying no is a thing that a lot of people struggle with. Instead of feeling everything, you might be feeling inadequate. You might be feeling that you're not good enough. If you do not attend every birthday, or if you don't attend everything, or if you can't manage everybody else's expectations in your life, you don't feel that you are enough. I'm here to tell you, you are enough. Just by waking up this morning, you are enough. Yes. So that is our ground zero. You are enough. You are amazing. Everything you choose to do today comes out of a place of you being enough. And if you can repeat this affirmation every morning you wake up, I'm enough. I woke up and look at that. I am super amazing. Also today, do this affirmation every day to empower yourself more. Also know that setting boundaries is to protect yourself. You are not responsible for other people's expectations. Let's say your parents are inviting you to something and they often do that and it's so nice and wonderful, but you just don't have the time this week. So in every other weeks, that would have been perfect and you would have really enjoyed it. But this week, you're just not going to be able to. And then you might be having thoughts that if you say no, maybe your mom is going to be upset, your dad is going to be upset. But what about This is not about them, but about you. You are the superstar in your everyday life. Am I right? If you can tell that this week is not working for you, it's not about somebody else's feelings. It's about your feelings. It's about how you prioritize your life. And keep going down in that downward spiral is just not gonna cut it out for you. You will keep exhausting yourself every time that you are not meeting other people's expectations. Well, it's not even your business to do that. It's not your responsibility. Do you? Do your family, do your kids, do your life, do your priorities. And then when you have prioritized your week and creating, in the process of you creating that better version of yourself, that have more energy and feel more successful, feel more powerful, feel more amazing, feel enough, feel worthy. It's important, and it's really, really important to start to not look out. What is it my decisions are doing to other people? Well, if I'm inviting you to something and it doesn't fit you, and you say to me, this week is just really bad for me, I would say, okay, let's do a rain check. Let's do it another time. Every time you think that you have to make other people feel good, you lose. You lose, you lose, you lose. Don't lose. It's your life. You have this one in this vessel. You have this life in that vessel you are in right now. And what are you going to do with it? What is this going to mean in your life? What are you wanting to create? And I want to just slide in this little important notice. If you have kids, and if you are like me, a mother, and maybe you have a daughter, remember that kids don't do what we say. They look at what we do and they copy that. I had a client a few months back, and she said, I really want to teach my daughter to be more confident and to be more balanced in her life. This is a teenage daughter. And I said, okay, that sounds nice. How are you doing in your life? Do you feel balanced in your life? Do you feel powerful in terms of you being that person that you want to be? No, she was too busy, and I know that about her. So being too busy all the time, putting everybody else's feelings and interests and expectations before herself, that is something that will lead to overwhelm and stress and disease. I said to her, I want to remind you that your kid, she is not gonna do what you say. So you can tell her again and again and again, but when you keep putting other people before yourself, you're not confident. You're not confident in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. And when that happens, that is something your kid sees. And they copy what we do. Not what we say, but what we do. This is not to judge. I totally get it. But I think that from a perspective of when you know this, you look at your kids and you want them to be whole. You want them to feel worthy. You want them to have the best life ever, of course. Yes, but if you want them to have the best life, you should be the one who is setting the example and leading by example. Because how are they supposed to copy something that is not existing in their life? How can they create that perfect life that they want, the kids, if you don't lead by example? So I just want you to listen to this and be aware that this is real. If you are seeing your kids struggling with something, perhaps it's inside you. Start to do your own work. That is so important. If you don't do the work, Your kids are just gonna copy and do whatever you do. So setting the intention of wanting to be better, and of course we are never gonna be perfect. As a manifester, I do a lot of everything by trial and error. That is a part of me as a person. I always try out things. So somebody else would have told me that you shouldn't be doing that because you will have this outcome. Whatever. I don't live by your experiences. I live by my own. Trial and error. What is working for me, not for everybody else, but for me. The thing about standing strong in yourself and trying something out, and even that it comes out as an error, that's learning. That's also something to show your kids, that no matter the outcome, you are always willing and curious about trying and setting boundaries, and also saying no. That even though somebody can be pushing you and say, oh, you should really go do this and this is whatever, and if you can tell that's not for you, just say no. Say no and save yourself. Yeah. So that intuition, when that works and you are listening to it, it's so important. Saying no more. That is gonna give you that empowerment when you say no. Also, some of the common challenges is the fear of people judging you. This is one of the most common fears. You can have a fear of people judging you. You can also experience the fear of failure. You are holding yourself back from doing something. Maybe you don't want to say no because you're afraid what people will judge you for. You can also be fearful of the fear of success. What does it look like if you are that person in your environment who made really powerful decisions, who set boundaries without any doubt in their life, knowing that this is important to me, I'm gonna do this? That can be a fear, because I have an example and it's so weird, but it's in nature. And it's called the crab mentality. So crabs, seafood crabs. But I like to say it's a crab mentality because it's crab. Also, if you were to catch crabs, put them in a bucket, and one crab would try to get out of the bucket, the other crabs would pull it right back down. And if the crab were to try this escape mechanism more times, the other crabs would not only tear it down, they would also kill it. I know in Australia they call it the tall poppy syndrome, and that is flowers. When you grow them and you will go over them with machines, they cut whoever is taller than the other, the machine just cuts them off in whatever height that is. We also have it in Denmark, but I think every country has that. When you are looking to somebody else who is doing something that is maybe something you would want to do, that is something that is inspiring you, but you can have the thought about, so you think you're better than everybody else. I just want to reinforce you that no, every human being is as good as the next. Nobody is better than the next person. But if you find yourself in a position where you judge others, you should be aware of that, because you have some self-work to do here. Because what you do when you judge others, you also judge yourself. And that's why you keep on repeating the same cycle that you do every single day. So because you judge others for being a little too much, you judge yourself. That's why you're not going to go do that, because you are afraid that other people will judge you for being a little over the edge. But the thing to know about it is create that awareness. Be aware that you judge others when they go do whatever they want to do in life. And actually, you wish that you could do that. You can. And if you judge them, have the awareness that, oh, that's what I do. Why do I judge? It's because I'm afraid that others will judge me if I go and do what I really want to do. And that's kind of step number one, to be aware of what is it that you do, because it's never about everybody else. It's always about you. So if you judge others, it's probably your own fear that you are letting out on somebody else. Step number one, to have that awareness. And also when you become aware of it, put it aside. And fear is everything that's holding people back from doing stuff in their life is fear, some type of fear. When we know that is it, it's even more important to create the life where we don't feel anxiety and overwhelm or stress, because it's rising the cortisol levels. And when that goes up, you will feel bad. When you create and say no, you create space in your life. You also create time. When you have more time to sit around and do nothing, drink coffee in the sun, when you have the time to really go through, I was invited to this event on Saturday and I feel absolutely knackered. I really want to say no. Instead of waiting till last moment, call up the person. I feel super stressed this week and I really want to carve out some time to relax. I have been running my calendar this week way too much. I was really wanting to go to your event, but I can see that it's just not going to work out for me. I am so sorry. I want to take a rain check on that. It's okay for somebody else to feel neglected, and maybe that can be the case, that people feel, oh, I did so much to host this event and now you won't join. And that's why instead of having the fear of saying no, you drag it until the last moment. Oh, I really wanted to come, but I'm sick. Don't do that. Don't be an ass. Don't be an ass. Not to yourself, but not to the other person as well. That's why when we know that this week is totally out of our control, the minute you know this, clear your calendar, say no. And instead of lying about it or telling a little white lie, just say it like it is, because you know when you say it like it is, you stand up for yourself. And that is what is gonna eventually be very empowering to you. When you say it like it is, and then, yes, I can hear that you're upset. This is not to upset you. This is just to really protect myself, because I'm so stressed at work and I just can't do anymore. So I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to upset you, but I really, really do have to take care of myself, or else I'm just gonna run over myself. When starting to just saying it like it is, no filter, no nothing, you can acknowledge that you were bad in your timing. Yes, this is my fault. I planned this wrong. Just own it, because you did it, right? Just own it and just say it. And if the people around you, when you just say it, and eventually the people, if they are the right people in your life, they know that you are trying. And when you are seeing that your surroundings are people that are willing to hold space for you while you try to be that better version of yourself, you are trying to create a life where you have more energy, where you feel empowered, where you feel worthy, and where you know you are the person that you say you are. Also, so that can shine through to your kid. That is long-term benefits. So saying no to save yourself is number one. They also say it when you go on an airplane. They say it in the instructions that if something were to happen, they have oxygen masks coming down, and put it on yourself first before helping the next person next to you. This is the same in your life. creating that safety system around yourself. If you are right now trying to do everything because you want people to like you, if you are down on your back, super sick, if you get stressed or you can't work anymore because you lost yourself, you're not going to be that parent that you want. You're not going to be that spouse you want. You're not going to be that person that you really wanted to be. And if that is the case, I want to throw in here that life happens for us. And I have conversations with my daughter often about when we look around and people going over their own boundaries. You see people crossing the line for what is okay in a week and they keep going. And some people always say, oh, but I love to do that. That gives me something. Okay, but if you can't sit still for 10 minutes without falling asleep, maybe you're just telling yourself that story. So be aware also of the stories that you tell yourself. And what we talk about is somebody else's bottom can be much lower than what is your bottom, which means that I am very good at saying no. I say no, not a lot anymore, but when I started to do this, I just said no. And for me also in my personal relationships, I appreciate yes and no. My mom said to me many years ago, you have been a good teacher for me, she said, because when I ask her something and I say, so it's a yes or no question, and then she goes, yes, and I can tell because I hear it. Okay, so that's a no. That kind of confuses me. If you mean no, say no, because then I'm just gonna find out something else. Why would you say yes when you mean no? If this is not something that fits for you, just say it. And I'll go and figure something else out. That's what I do. So if you have a person like me in your life, know that when you say no, it's easier. It's so much easier for a person like me when people say, it's not my week this week. Okay, no worries. Let's do a rain check. So if you have people who are constantly nagging you or having expectations from you, that leads you to the next, which is that the kind of people you want in your life? People who are offended and feeling neglected. Are they grown-ups? If they're grown-up, it's their own responsibility. Their feelings, their life, their emotions are their own responsibility. So know that, and know that you, as a grown-up, you have yourself as your responsibility. When knowing that, it's a little easier to divide it into boxes, black and white. This is your dance space, this is my dance space. You know that metaphor from Dirty Dancing, where Patrick Swayze is teaching that young woman how to dance. This is your dance space and this is my dance space. Okay, that's the same in your relations in your life. You have your responsibility, your space, and they have their space. What I really think that you should consider is people in your life draining you or lifting you up. So I think it's okay to have people in your life that pushes you. So they push you to be better, they challenge you to be better, they challenge you in your thought patterns or other things. But are they pushing you or thriving you or rooting for you? Or are they draining you? Because no matter what type of relationships you have, you are never supposed to feel drained when you've been with them. So if somebody is draining you, be aware of that. Because no matter who they are, parent, spouse, whatever, are they draining you? They shouldn't be in your life. Say no more and just own it when you make the mistakes, because we learn from that. And if you want to be a better parent to your kids, well, know that they don't do what you say, they do what you do. If you want to be better because you want to create great values in your kids, you have to be better. I root for you, and I want to thank you so much for being here at the Being Connected podcast. Stay curious, stay connected, and stay focused on what really matters to you.